Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. I don't have to tell you, it is Monday. It is the last Monday of March. Really not too wild about telling you that. I mean, spring is going to be improving, of course, on and off throughout your forecast and throughout the calendar, but time is quickly getting away from us, and there's nothing else we can do about it. March is winding down. Oh, in just about a week. With that said, I do have a spring-like forecast, some showers, maybe thunderstorms, but a lot of sun and mid-70s for 2, maybe 3 days in a row. Also, a couple of nights with some widespread frost as well. So it's that time of transition weather-wise. More on that in just a few moments. I also will have more tomorrow. I already have a camera there, and I also have our editor, Heather Oney, there. I'm going to try to catch up with them, if it's still ongoing, into that public meeting tonight in regards to the Big Sandy ad board here discussing the Royalton Trailtown $2 million project. Regardless of as to whether I catch the end of it or not, we'll have more on the show and or in the paper this week. And a whole lot of other stories we're working on as well. With that said, tonight, Sagersville Police make a significant drug arrest. I'll tell you what they're telling me at this time. Also, a man hit a deputy in the face this morning and went to jail afterwards. It happened in the Justice Center. And we'll also talk about another man arrested here in Magoffin County over the course of the weekend. I think that was very early this morning, tied to that police pursuit last week in which a Sagersville woman is jailed on attempted murder of a police officer. And, of course, sadly, just a quick note on that fatal fire that happened over the course of the early weekend in regards that claimed the life of a Morgan County father and daughter. That's where we'll go in just a few seconds. I did learn today, I don't have any other details, but the DEA, assisted by some other authorities, made simultaneous raids on a series of clinics in the eastern Kentucky area. At those tied to Dr. Goody's Pikeville Neurology Pain Management, Headache, and Spine Care Center in Pikeville. They were at clinics in Whitesburg. Also, the doctor has clinics in Harold and in Belfry that I am aware of, all of which were closed down pending the investigation by the DEA, which was seen working very actively and also removing items from some of those businesses. That's all I know at this hour, but I'll try to find out more. I can't believe I don't even have time to show their picture, but we have been screaming from the rooftops and posting it every chance we get. The Magoffin County High School posted one earlier today. I just want to make note, if you haven't seen it online, it wouldn't take much to find it, but Andrew, a Rogers Scholar recipient, as was Lacey, I am so blessed to say and so proud to say as well, and as also were 2 other Magoffin County High School students, Riley Meadows and Isaiah Salyer. For the first time that we can ever find it, there have been 3 students in the same year selected as Rogers Scholars. There have been a couple of occasions where there were a couple of students, but so far, per our knowledge, never at 3. That goes to show what an outstanding class these kids are. Still sophomores, that's when you apply for this scholarship. And it's a scholarship and a program, of course, they have to go through the entire program throughout their high school career. But should they do, it equates to a great scholarship opportunity for them depending on where they go, and we are so proud of Andrew and of course of his classmates as well, and Hal Rogers as well for the program in his name. Since the program began back in 1998, over 1,200 and nearly 1,250 high school students have graduated as Rogers Scholars, and potential scholarships have been valued at more than $8 million. There are about 17 colleges and universities that participate in this program and offer scholarships, some full rides, some tuition, and some otherwise. But it truly is a wonderful program, and we are so proud of our Andrew. And congratulations to all. The Kentucky State Police, as most everyone I think is well aware of by now, as it happened over the course of the weekend, was among the responding authorities that went to a structure fire in West Liberty on Upper Sand Lick Road. The Morgan County Fire Department responded. They were able to put out the blaze not before the entire structure was destroyed by fire. And amongst the rubble, the Morgan County Coroner's Office had the terrible duty of confirming that they discovered the body of a Morgan County father and his daughter, 44-year-old Timothy Gamble and 9-year-old Skylar, both pronounced dead at the scene. A brief report from the Kentucky State Police out of Post 8 says that they, as well as the Morgan County Coroner, Fire Department, and other EMS, all responded to a house fire in West Liberty over the course of the weekend on Saturday on Upper Sand Lick Road. It was after they got the fire out that they were able to make entry into what was left of the residence and discover the bodies of a father and daughter, 44-year-old Timothy Gamble and 9-year-old Skylar, one of 2 daughters that we are aware of that Mr. Gamble had. No foul play, they are stressing, is suspected in the fire at this time. However, they have yet to been able to determine the cause or have not reported the cause at this time, but that is still under investigation. Gamble, by all accounts, by family and friends online and accounts that we've been able to find, has been described as a very loving and hardworking father who was very dedicated to his 2 daughters. And those family members are also trying to raise funds for funeral expenses in their honor through a GoFundMe page, which has been set up under the name of Gravestones for Tim and Sky. Again, no foul play is suspected, and we're awaiting further details, and funeral arrangements are still being set in their honor. The Sagersville Police Department, namely Chief Matthew Watson, who I just got off the phone with a few moments ago, says that no arrests have been made yet in a case from over the course of the weekend, and they aren't releasing many details about the execution of a search warrant at a home in the Dixie edition of Sagersville on Kentucky Street, and they've asked us to withhold the names in the case until they complete their investigation, which may ultimately include multiple arrests when it's all said and done. But Chief Watson did tell me today that the Sagersville Police Department followed up on several complaints before obtaining a search warrant, which they executed over the weekend. That search warrant, which appeared to have netted the seizure of approximately 1,000 pills, a significant quantity of marijuana, a significant quantity of drug paraphernalia as well, all which was taken, all with charges, they say, pending after the case is presented before the Magoffin County Grand Jury, with Watson only telling me over the phone that they are still obtaining further information and details, and that they are going to continue to investigate and then release more information as their case continues. More local news after a few local and area messages. Please let these folks know you're watching every chance you get. From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8785. Here's just some of what's hot through Wednesday at your Sagersville Save-A-Lot. T-bone, $4.49 a pound in family packs. Get chicken drumsticks or thighs for 69 cents a pound. 1 pound bags of mini carrots are less than $1 at 99 cents, and yellow bananas are just 44 cents a pound. Find a variety of boxes of Suddenly salad for just 99 cents, and Sara Lee whole wheat breads on sale this week for just $2.29. At your Sagersville Save-A-Lot, where you can shop other incredible in-store specials every week with no gimmicks, just low prices. It's a new day of deals every day at Parkway Gun & Pawn, with an always new selection of like-new musical instruments, power and hand tools, not to mention jewelry, games, guns, and ammo, and popular hard-to-find electronics, from Guitar Hero to amps to a pro-quality karaoke machine just in. It's all here today, gone tomorrow for pennies on the dollar at Parkway Gun & Pawn.
What happens when you combine the region's best network with a plan that requires no money down on the phone you choose, but also allows you to upgrade to the latest and greatest phone quicker? You get the Appalachian Advantage. Get any device for $0 down and upgrade your smartphone once half your device payments are made. With a qualifying trade-in, choose a device payment plan, 6, 12, 18, 24, or 36 months. We'll leave that decision to you. Just another way Appalachian Wireless proves better service and bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless. Phone payment plan required. See store for details. Advantage requires no money down. Taxes due at time of sale.
Don't drive or let your family drive in this or this before doing this. Stopping at Conley Tire in Staffordsville for brakes, oil, alignment, and of course, tires. Thousands of tires in stock every day to fit anything, with 6 months no interest financing and over 33 years of quality service with a smile. Conley Tire in Staffordsville. Ultra low carb and ultra tasty doesn't come together very often, but it has at your Sagersville Lee's with our new low carb plate. With tender all white breast strips oven roasted in our famous spices, our famous green beans, and our new ham seasoned cooked cabbage. And for a limited time, get $2 off with a coupon in this week's edition of the Sagersville Independent. That's right, save $2 and eat just about as many carbs at your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe. A Johnson County man was arrested in Magoffin County very early this morning when Kentucky State Police responded to a complaint at around 5 o'clock this a.m. The subject giving the officer false information, trying to lock himself in a car, and it turns out that same man is believed to be involved in the police chase that happened last week, ending with a Sagersville woman being charged with attempted murder of a Johnson County sheriff's deputy. 31-year-old David Tackett of White House in Johnson County was charged with public intoxication of drugs, criminal trespassing in the third degree, and giving police officers false identifying information. This after Trooper Zach Haney with Post 9 responded to a complaint of a suspicious person around a home on Coon Creek around 5 o'clock this morning. Now, before I go any further, I do want to say we've also been getting other calls of suspicious individuals in that area over the course of the weekend around residences, with no way of knowing if this case is tied to those complaints. But nevertheless, upon the arrival of Haney at the residence in question, the caller there, the resident, advised that the man had left the scene, and while driving around the area looking for him, they observed an interior light on in a car that was parked in front of a house about 2 houses down. He pulled into the driveway, says Haney, and he walked up to the vehicle and he saw a man sitting inside, and as he was approaching the car, he heard the car doors lock. And then when he got to the car door, the man, David Tackett, refused to open the door for the officer. He was talking to the officer through the glass, however, saying his name was John Tackett, with Haney noting that Tackett matched the description of the prowler complaint that he was responding to. Apparently, Tackett refused to get out of the car until Haney got permission by his sergeant to make entry into the vehicle, and once he did, he removed Tackett from the vehicle and placed him in the rear of his police cruiser, and at that time he identified himself as David Tackett, saying that the first name that he had given was actually that of his brother. The officer then found 3 active arrest warrants in his name, one of which for a parole violation. So Tackett still sits in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, and we've also learned and confirmed through the Johnson County Sheriff's Department that they have charges pending and warrants pending against Tackett, believing that he was one of the 2 men that bailed out of a vehicle that was involved in a high-speed pursuit in Johnson County, Floyd County, maybe even parts of Magoffin County last week, in which I told you Jessica Minix of Sagersville was arrested for attempted murder of a police officer, wanton endangerment in the first degree, fleeing and evading police, reckless driving, and dozens of other charges as well. It was last week when a total of 3 people jumped out of that vehicle when the police pursuit came to an end. 2 men hit the hill, and then Jessica Minix returned back to the car, got in it, and that's when she nearly struck 1 officer on foot and 1 in his car. And authorities say those charges are pending for Tackett, and they're still investigating who that 3rd individual and 2nd man was. Another arrest to pass along to you right now while it's still in the works. Let's go on to tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau community calendar, starting with his birthday. Birthday wishes tonight. Yep, for Jamie Lee Howard. A lot of love from Mom, a lot of love from Dad, and a lot of love from Jaden Lee. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday tonight to Jamie Lee Howard. And going on to your community calendar, there's going to be a 4-H basic safety training class held next week on Tuesday, which is also April the 2nd. Can you believe that? Anyway, it's going to be free, and it's going to cover shooting and archery and trap and rifle. Again, this is a free program. To find out more, I don't have the time yet, but to find out more, call the Extension office at 349-1236. That's next Tuesday. Did I mention it was free? Also a change. The East Kentucky Mission on West Maple Street has now taken over, I believe it was the DNR clothing store, and they are using that as their mission location here locally. They say that you can expect new and better prices, continued bag sales, and bargains as well. If you have any questions, call 349-6992. If you have any questions about our community calendar, give me a call or just simply get your announcement, that includes birthdays and anniversaries too, to me, and I'll tell everyone about them. Turning to tonight's funeral service announcements, 43-year-old Tanya Fletcher of Falcon Road is going to be laid to rest following tomorrow's services. She's survived by her mother, Brenda Gail Herring, her fiancé, Randy Marshall, sons Danny, Jimmy Joe, and Ted Waddles, and her daughter, Stephanie Waddles. Visitation continues this evening and up until tomorrow's services that start at 1 from the Sagersville Funeral Home. And services also tomorrow for her son-in-law, 23-year-old Timothy Rao, of course, who died in the same crash as did Tanya Fletcher. He was the son of Gregory Rao and Sylvia Sharman. Besides his parents, he's survived by his fiancée and the daughter, of course, of Tanya Fletcher, Stephanie Waddles, as well as his daughters, Kaylin Harmon, Elizabeth, Isabella, and Cheyenne Rao. Visitation, too, is tonight and services at the same time tomorrow at 1 from the Sagersville Funeral Home. And I've learned today of the passing of 81-year-old Edward Gamble of Sagersville. He passed away earlier today, and arrangements are incomplete at this time, but to be announced soon by the Magoffin County Funeral Home. The flu and flu-like illnesses are widespread in Kentucky, and they're not going away anytime soon. So odds are, if you aren't or haven't been sick, you likely will be. And Parkway Pharmacy has exactly what we all need to fight it and any other cold or illness. From immune boosters for adults and children as young as 2 to all-natural homeopathics made right here in the United States of America. They can help prevent you from getting sick or get you fast relief if you already are. With great tasting and easy-taking gummies, powdered mixes, rapid-melting fruity tablets, and syrups at Parkway Pharmacy.
I'm Bill Tinker. I've spent the past 19 years defending insurance companies in car crashes, truck crashes, and slip and falls. Are you involved in a case like that? Is the insurance company giving you the runaround about your medical bills, your benefits, or your lost wages? Contact me at McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
At Sagersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sagersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sagersville National.
If you've driven down the road, watched TV, or listened to the radio, you've seen or heard the ads for the Sign and Settle law firms. When I hear of someone settling their case for pennies on a dollar with these firms, it chills my soul. If you've been injured, it's all about the money. I'm Attorney Jeff Lovely. I represent injured people who deserve all the money they can get. Call me at my Sayersville office at 349-4522, West Liberty at 743-1965.
Spring's here, well, at the seasonal shop with new arrivals in every department like women's mud pie and Charlie Page clothes, the perfect addition to your wardrobe. And Simply Southern is simply fully stocked, and they've got a lot of new items, new short sleeve tees, key rings, planners, caps, wallets, purses, and more. And speaking of more, Mary Square is at the shop. This beautiful line makes a perfect gift or a great way to brighten your day, featuring everything from Bible covers to notebooks to lanyards, badge holders, bottles, cups, and ID holders. And their home decor section is absolutely filled wall to wall with new arrivals, all to make your house the home you want it to be. All at Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop. Colorectal cancer is the #2 leading cancer death in the U.S., with 90% of new cases in people 50 or older. And while people with family histories have 2 to 3 times greater probability of getting colorectal cancer, 80% of the new cases are in people without a family history. And Hope Family Medical Center wants to remind you that they're here with simple, easy, at-home, fit testing so you can get the reassurance you need if you're over 50 or have a family history of colorectal cancer or just want to be sure. It's another way that Hope Family Medical Center wants you to be healthy. Call or come in today. It's tax time, and that means it's time to cut prices at Gateway Motors. Check out this gorgeous 2013 F-150 Crew Cab. Books for over $17,000. Their price $14,900. This 09 one-ton E350 van has got only 119,000 miles on it. They've got it priced at $7,900. It books for over $10,000. Come make them an offer. This 09 Chrysler 300's got leather, nav, heated seats, and more. $4,900. And this 06 Ford Explorer is in great shape. Only 84,000 miles, new tires and more, while they last at Gateway Motors in Sagersville. Next, an Iville man was arrested this morning in the Magoffin County Justice Center across the street after assaulting a Magoffin County Sheriff's deputy in the courthouse this morning before he was taken to the floor and then to the Big Sandy Jail. Detective Neil Adams with the Magoffin SO says that this man, 20-year-old Christian Crawford of Iville, was standing in the hallway just outside the district courtroom this morning, sometime around 9 o'clock, and was screaming and yelling at a female, causing an obvious public disturbance. That female telling the officer that she was afraid that she was going to be hit or assaulted by Crawford during the situation. So investigating, Adams says that he approached Crawford and asked him to go into the courtroom and have a seat, but that Crawford continued yelling and screaming, now directing his yelling and screaming at the officer, and then started to clench his fist in an offensive position and then threw 2 punches at the deputy, hitting him once in the side of the face. At that point, Crawford was taken to the floor and subdued and taken into custody and handcuffed on site, but not without continuing to fight and struggle and strike the officer again until he was handcuffed, shackled, and placed under arrest. He's charged right now with disorderly conduct in the 1st degree, menacing, 2 counts, assault in the 3rd degree of a police officer, and resisting arrest. We're unsure as to this time what he was actually doing in the Justice Center in the first place. And before I'm out the door to try to gather you some more news and headlines for tomorrow's program, we've got to cap your nightly Licking Valley RECC Outlook, provided, of course, by Licking Valley and powered as well by the National Weather Service, which has a bit of somewhat of a roller coaster ride. I mean, we are going to see almost the full gambit. No snow. We have frost. We have showers. We may have storms. We have sun and clouds, and temperatures ranging from the low 50s to the mid 70s. Showers on their way out, as you can already tell, and we'll just see some scattered at most for the rest of the evening for the next couple of hours. And those cloudy skies, are gradually going to become partly cloudy during the overnight. We should fall to right around 30 degrees. It's not been the nicest of days. Rather cold rain on and off throughout much of the afternoon, and below freezing tonight to the tune of a couple of degrees. But tomorrow, it will be a little on the cool side, 53, but it's going to be sunny and dry, and you can see a northeast wind tomorrow, maybe 7 miles per hour or less. Tomorrow night, as we feel the hit from this front. We'll see well below freezing, and that 24 degrees means widespread frost tomorrow night and into your Wednesday morning. But look what a rebound is on the way. Yeah, frost in the morning on Wednesday, but sunshine warming things up to a nice, comfortable, and mild 67 degrees midweek. We will see around 35 again on Wednesday night, but that's better than 24, 25. We'll still see maybe a little frost Wednesday night, just more of a patchy variety instead of widespread. And then Thursday, better still, maybe the best day we've had thus far. Certainly, technically, the spring is only a few days old. But for your Thursday, a little patchy frost in the morning, but otherwise sunny and 75 degrees and 0 complaints, 40 for that nighttime low. Nothing more than partly cloudy skies for the end of the work week, which everyone's already dreaming about. Still in the 70s, 75 and partly sunny on your Friday. Friday night, 44, mostly cloudy. Saturday looks to be mostly cloudy and maybe even 76 degrees. But it's Saturday night when the next round of rain comes with that next weather setup, and that will give us showers and thunderstorms during the overnight and then knock temperatures down to maybe the low 50s for the latter half of your weekend. So Saturday, even though it's going to be mostly cloudy, it's going to be in the mid-70s. So the first half of your weekend is going to be A-OK. Following a beautiful Friday that might be a good day to I don't want to say call in sick, but cash in if you've got a day banked somewhere. And that's a wrap for tonight. It's just Monday, though, and we're just getting started. So we hope to see you back here tomorrow for more of Your News Today. Thanks for watching.